Oh, that stinks.
What is this Corona-sized penis?
The sperm whale?
Corona is sperm whale penis-sized. Perfect.
Don't be gross. Don't be that girl.
Hello, my Panda pals, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna cover what happened on The Other Way, Season 6, Episode 17. So, buckle it up, and let's go for a ride. Let's start things off with Joanne and Sean. It is finally time for Sean to meet his mother-in-law, and he's hella nervous because everyone has been telling him that Donna is a straight-up monster. Donna starts things off and she's like, "Hey, so you've been my son-in-law for 3 full years, and I'm just getting to meet you right now. Thanks for that." And Sean is like, "Yeah, I'm really sorry about that." And Donna is like, "Why am I just meeting you now?"
It would have been a little bit weird to call my partner's mother out of nowhere without... I wanted to get to meet you first.
I would say that was a pretty bad excuse, but that wasn't even an excuse. You can't say that it would have been awkward for you to video chat her without having met her in person when you are currently video chatting with her before having met her in person. Her mother accepts the apology and she asks the two, what happens now?
How does this marriage gonna work? Do you plan on taking my daughter and my grandkids away from me? Is that it?
I do feel bad that Sean is having to explain everything, because I really feel like Joanne should be the one that does the majority of the talking. Sean says he would love for everyone to be under the same roof one day, but they honestly did not really think about anything when they chose to get married. Joanne tells her mother that the kids were very upset when she mentioned she wanted to move to Ireland and leave them behind with some surrogate parents, but she totally gets that they just need some time to digest. Joanne tells us that she has not heard from Joey since he got back to the States, and that's making her super nervous.
Does he just not want to talk to me right now? Or is he still processing? Are there more feelings? Is he angry?
All of the above, lady. All of the above. She tells us that the boys took the news way harder than she ever expected them to, and it's really making her rethink some things. And I think that is crazy that she thought telling her 2 very young sons that she wanted to abandon them and move to a different country was gonna go any amount better than it did. Honestly, I think it actually went better than it could have / should have. Like, if it were me, I would have raised absolute hell.
I want to know what you are offering my daughter.
True love without sounding corny.
Donna is like, "Sweetie, love ain't enough. You cannot live off of that alone." And Sean is like, "Oh God, I don't know then."
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff to figure out, I mean.
Don't you think you should have been figuring this out when you got married?
And she gives them another serving of reality.
Because somebody's leaving something behind, unless you're taking everything with you.
Sean is like, "Yeah, you know, Donna is bringing up a lot of good points and asking some damn good questions." Yeah, she's literally bringing up all of the questions that you should have been asking yourselves at any point during the last 3 years. Let's check in with Ingi and Corona. Corona is out with her friends Kristen and Brigitte. They are being classy ladies and enjoying the Icelandic Phallological Museum. That's right, these girls are enjoying all of the sights at a center for cocks. Now, I have never heard of this place, but oh my gosh, look at this tiny little rock statue outside of their front door. And look at these 2 ladies sharing in some sweet penis waffles. They're drinking cocktails. They walk by some stallion dingalings, and then they walk by this ginormous sperm whale dingaling.
What is this Corona-sized penis?
The sperm whale?
Corona is sperm whale penis-sized. Perfect.
Girl, we did not need to know at any point in our lives that you are a size queen. Really could have died without that information, truly.
Of course there would be one just for penises. We should fully have a vagina museum. I think a lot of people would have a lot to learn.
Just fucking Google it.
After looking at all of the different chodes, they sit down at the cafe so that Corona can complain about her life while nomming on some delightful wiener waffles. She tells them about how she cannot apply to the midwifery program for at least another year.
That's a big bummer, considering like if I would have stayed in the States and finished school, I would have been done.
But you're willing to give all that up?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think.
Her friend asks why she's willing to give up so much for Ingi when she's never really made many sacrifices in her previous relationships.
I love him. I don't think I've ever really loved an ex. I want us to succeed.
Corona admits that she has only ever dated absolute monsters in her past, but they at least had the courtesy of foaming at the mouth whenever she came out in a sexy outfit.
I came out in like a sexy outfit and Ingi was just like, cool, let's go. I feel like he doesn't gas me up.
You want him to be horny as looking at you?
Yeah.
I mean, what human doesn't want their partner to go absolutely rabid when they see them wearing something sexy? But you have to tell Ingi that. You have to tell him that you need him to gas you up because it makes you feel better about yourself. So far, all we've seen is whenever Ingi gives her a tepid response, Corona is just like, that's it? That's all I get? Okay, whatever. And then she just scurries away. Like, that's not a conversation that is helping anybody.
In a year, I've had sex like 4 times.
Jesus Christ.
No, it is supposed to be like the honeymoon phase. And
Yeah. You should be like bunnies.
Corona is pouting, but then she's like, yeah, but I guess I can understand because we kind of broke his pee-pee. So yeah, they were doing it and his pee-pee bent when it was not in the most pliable state. And they broke it. So yeah, he was out of commission while it was healing, but then he was also traumatized. So he's also been super nervous about doing it because he's very scared of breaking it again.
it was a bloodbath. So,
What is it? Does she have teeth?
nay.
Corona's like, I totally get why he's apprehensive, but I'm horny AF. And he has got 10 whole fingers and a giant mouth. So can he like get over this while he's getting me off?
Do you think like Ingi is as committed as you are? Like, have you guys had like serious talks about everything?
She has no idea. She's like, who knows? It is so difficult to have any semblance of a serious conversation with him because he's always just like, whoa, the universe like totally has us. What will be, will be. And her friend is like, okay, but if you don't have these conversations, then how are you gonna know what he wants? And Corona's like, well, I did move here so that we could have these kinds of conversations. Then girly, have them.
But does he want to get married though?
I think he better. Otherwise, like, what the are you doing?
At this point, I feel like we know more about Ingi than Corona. And he's been inside of her. Her friends express their concern and they're like, we're just worried about you because you're his first girlfriend. So like, are you first and last or are you just a trial run? And then Corona tells us that she is not on any of his social media.
I'm not on his social media.
Why the not?
He's joking. He's like, but I just want to keep my options open, blah, blah, blah.
I think it's weird when someone is super against posting about their partner on their social media, especially if it is something that is important to them. Like if your partner does not give 2 shits, then okay, that's great, whatever. But if Corona were to go to Ingi and be like, hey, can we be Facebook official? It would be weird to me if Ingi was like, absolutely not. In my experience, whenever I had a partner who was very against posting about our relationship status on social media, it was 100% because he was or wanted to cheat on me. And they would always use the same excuse. It's just social media. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't make our relationship any more real. Okay, then what's the problem? Why are you so against it? That's weird. Brigitte then asks when the 2 of them decided to be exclusive, and Corona tells them about 6 months ago. And then things at the table get really quiet.
I don't know anything for sure. We might have seen him with girls.
When? When?
Corona is like, okay, was he kissing them? And she's like, no, they were just chatting. And Corona is like, I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. As she's absolutely shredding into her weenie waffle. Corona and Ingi head out on a date, and she tells him that her friends have seen him at bars recently talking to a whole bunch of women.
She's seen you talking to girls,
Yeah, of course. Probably my friends.
but they were just friends?
Yeah, of course, babe.
He goes on to say that he's a very sociable person, so when he goes out, he tends to talk to people. He then goes on to ask what it was exactly that her friends told her they saw him do.
Did you see me, like, do anything? Like, was I making out on the dance floor? Like, how far?
That is sus. What a weird and incredibly specific follow-up question. Corona's like, well, did you? And then Ingi starts getting really defensive, and he's like, I just wanted to know what the fuck your friends were saying about me behind my back.
Never given you any reason not to trust me. You thought like I was staring at walls, like when I go out with my friends.
You getting so defensive makes me feel like maybe I shouldn't trust you as much as I trust you.
Corona definitely has some alarms going off right now because Ingi is very much a blasé, go with the flow kind of guy. So to see him get so defensive and tense seems very out of character and super suspicious.
What do you need to be insurance with?
You've joked saying you want to keep your options open and
Like, that's just my sense of humor.
It feels like he can hear her, but he's not really listening, you know?
do you see us ever getting married?
Do people usually get married after 5 months?
We're not in a typical situation.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
He says that he definitely sees them having a forever future together, but marriage, it's just a little meh.
I come from a country of atheists, like, marriage is not a big deal here.
I mean, your brother's married, your parents are married.
Yeah.
Ingi tells us that marriage doesn't mean a thing because if you trust and love someone, that is gonna be enough. And no dude in a robe saying words in Latin is gonna change that.
I love Corona. I don't need to put a ring on her finger to prove my commitment to her.
I don't know. If marriage isn't that big of a deal to Ingi, but it is clearly a deal breaker for Corona, there really isn't a reason to not even consider it, you know? I mean, it'd be a different story if Ingi were like, oh, I think marriage is such an archaic thing and I don't want to have anything to do with it. Then that is, you know, that's him having specific reasons as to why he does not want to get married. But right now he's just kind of like, yeah, it's whatever, yeah, you know? And it's just, well, can you think about it at least?
Maybe I didn't also realize that marriage was so important to you.
I sent you a ring months ago.
But maybe that was a joke.
That was not a joke.
Quick PSA. If your partner of any amount of time sends you a photo of a wedding ring and says, hey, if we ever get married, this is kind of what I want my wedding ring to look like, that is never a joke. Unless the photo they send you is of a diamond-encrusted cock ring. And even then, I would ask just to be sure. Let's move on to James and Tata. It's the day before their Indonesian wedding, and the two are preparing for the arrival of her siblings and some of her close family and friends. They're picking up some fruit, and he's like, ew, this one's alive.
That fruit is alive. And I don't mean like in like the good kind of alive. I mean, it's alive. It's moving.
That's the end.
That's alive.
And Tata's just like, okay, baby, it's alive. They leave with a durian, and I am sure we are gonna get a really long and annoying segment where James is just like, bro, this tastes like garbage, yeah. So I'm very excited for that, I guess.
Looks like a porcupine. Terima kasih.
Oh my god, did he say something in Indonesian all by himself without any help?
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih.
Woo! Look at him go!
Oh, durian tastes so bad.
Yo, Tata looks like she is so done with this shit. This bitch is fresh out of fucks to give. Cause normally I feel like she'd just be laughing and teasing him, but now she just kind of looks like she's thinking, if I don't say anything, he'll eventually shut the fuck up.
Oh, Angel just arrived at the town. You ready to meet her?
Are you ready for me to read her?
How will you guys get along?
It'd be nice if we could.
Angel is one of Tata's older sisters, and the two of them are best buddies. Or at least they were up until a few years ago. The two had a falling out because Angel hates James because she feels like he stole her best buddy away from her. James tells us when he went back to the States, Angel started to spread a ton of lies about him to her family in what I'm assuming was an attempt to get her parents to force Tata not to move.
She said she had a friend in the US who told her that I mistreated women. She doesn't even have any friends in the United States.
So obviously, Tata did move to the US, and they actually cut Angel out of their life for a full year. They only reconnected when Angel reached back out and apologized to Tata for making up all of those lies.
I feel like she genuinely apologized, so I forgive her. But after that, our relationship just never been the same.
James tells her that he has forgiven Angel, but he is gonna have his guard up because the two are going through some marital problems, and he feels like Angel is definitely gonna take this opportunity to drive the wedge between them even deeper. Angel finally arrives, and Tata gets to see her sister for the first time in 3 years.
Hey, Tata! Sini! Oh, yeah!
She's as weird as you.
That's why we're best friends. I love you.
It is actually really sweet to hear Tata talk about Angel. You can feel how much this girl loves her. They have a tear-filled reunion, and then James is like, hey! And oh my god, I am absolutely dying at how Angel responds. She's like, yeah, so I just missed my sister. And then she scowls at him the whole time like she's really wishing that he would just fuck off over the side of that balcony.
I laugh when I'm nervous and like awkward. I don't know how to like handle it or like, so I just laugh.
I will never not find that broken English cringy AF. James tells us that he really wants to ask Angel why she doesn't like him and why she spread all those rumors about him, but he really doesn't want to poke the bear. Tata tells Angel she really wants her and James to get along and talk, and Angel is like, listen, we can talk, but we're not going to be able to let go of the feelings that are festering inside of us.
Kayak, segampang itu ya dia ninggalin aku buat orang yang baru dia kenal gitu.
Angel tells James she knows nothing about him. This is the first time that she's meeting him, so she doesn't trust him. Also, Angel, you learn to trust people by getting to know them, and you get to know them by talking to them, so you should really try to talk to James. Now, I'm not saying that you're gonna like what you hear, but can't really say you tried until you tried, you know?
Are you happy?
She's still okay.
I am happy. Really? I do. Because we're moving here.
Tata probably expected Angel to be very excited to hear this news, because she's mainly upset with James for whisking Tata away to America, but she is not happy to hear this at all.
What you gonna do here? James not gonna find a job here. You really can take care of my sister?
Let's finish things off with Lily and Josh. Lily and Vivian are shopping at the market. Oh, I'm so sorry. Rolex is also here. Look at him in his cute little sweater. Oh my god, I miss having a dog. Oh.
Last night, Josh make me upset. Josh tried to accuse me of cheating on him.
Yeah, that is what cheaters do. They literally always say shit like, oh, I would never cheat on you. You're probably just projecting because you're the one who cheated on me, aren't you? All the time, all the time. I have been cheated on in 4 relationships in the past. They all said the same fucking thing. Vivian is like, okay, well, did you guys talk about his heinous behavior last night? And Lily is like, nah, we just went to bed. And Vivian's like, okay, well, you're not gonna go through with the wedding tomorrow, right? And Lily is like, I don't really know. We've just known each other for such a long time. And I mean, the man is already my husband.
我最不喜欢听到你这句话，就是他已经是什么什么什么什么。如果你已经这么认为的话，就停止所有的抱怨。
Oh, damn! I love Vivian. I love that someone is finally giving Lily some tough love, because she really needs it. And I agree. I think that knowing someone for a long period of time just means that you have known them for a long period of time. I don't think that makes you any more obligated to stay in a relationship where you're not happy. Lily tells us that Jared texted her this morning and said that Josh spoke to him and acknowledged his mistakes and said that he was gonna learn to face them. Cool, bro. Maybe tell that to your wife.
我认为呢，他确实是好人，然后只是呢，他的性格有点问题。
Now, I would believe this if I felt like he had genuinely good intentions, but just like a bad behavior problem. Like, sure, he gets super defensive when you tell him he's doing something wrong, but he also helps you around the house a whole bunch and makes you feel loved most of the time. Like, that is a good person with bad character. Josh has shown us literally 0 redeeming qualities. So I'm pretty sure that he's just a terrible person with a shitty personality. Vivian tries to tell her mother that yesterday she tried to ask Josh some very important questions, and not only did he fail to answer any of them, he went on to attack the 2 women, accusing Lily of cheating and accusing Vivian of trying to ruin their marriage.
我觉得这是一种心虚的表现。
I really wish he would stop questioning everything about Josh.
So Vivian's like, okay, fine, tell me one thing, just one thing about your relationship that you love. And Lily's like, well, you know, I really do love when we fall asleep holding each other. Is that because he's not talking? Vivian is like, I'm so sorry. The best part of your marriage is when he's falling asleep?
那我想请问你们上一次，
上我们分开7个月。
Vivian is like, Mother, you are getting married tomorrow and you haven't banged in 7 months?
然后他这次回来，你们也没有，
完全没有。
My God，你的处女膜要长回来了吧你？
Lily says that she still loves Josh. I literally do not know how. But Josh has to apologize and accept that he is in the wrong. Vivian is like, listen, mommy dearest, I can only lead the horse to water, I cannot make it drink. You are going to be miserable with this man if he does not learn how to stop being just the absolute worst person on the face of this planet.
因为在我看来，赵氏不爱他。昨天晚上，全场赵氏一直在对他进行一些指责，这是爱吗？
And that, my Panda Pals, is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are not subscribed yet, go ahead, click that subscribe button, give this video a giant thumbs up, and let me know down in the comments below what you guys thought of this episode. I hope to see you for the next one, and as always, thanks for not letting me ride this train wreck alone. Bye!